Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and I'm here with my beautiful podcaster in crime, Jessie.
Hello, welcome back, guys. We are so excited to have you, and I'm even more excited for the guests we are having on tonight.
So tonight we are psyched to welcome back ALYXX, a powerhouse artist known for blending intense, captivating sounds with raw, authentic storytelling. With a style that's bold, unique, and unforgettable, ALYXX brings a fresh edge to the music scene and keeps fans coming back for more. Get ready to dive into the world of ALYXX.
Hey.
What's up?
So we have so much to get into. Like, we need to start where we left off. Since you've been on, you did the video for Creature of the Night.
Yeah.
We need to hear all about it because I was really wishing that I lived closer to you because that looked really fun.
Thank you. Yeah. So I did makeup for this dance video shoot that was at this church. And I was like, I need to film something here. I don't know what, but I'm going to film something here. And then I wrote Creature of the Night. And I was like, well, this is like perfect. So we, talked to the church and everything. So that was absolutely amazing to actually film that. And then the other part of it, I was like, I want fire. So it just became like this chaotic thing. It was so much fun.
Was that crazy to have like the actual fire like in there?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of hot, but it's okay. It looks cool. And I'm like such a pyromaniac that I'm like, this was awesome. I was living my best life.
So you just announced End of Me.
Yeah.
So excited to hear the new song. Do you have like ideas for a video for this one?
So I do have ideas for the video. It's not going to happen just yet, but I have the whole idea. And it's like, again, it's like something even more like extreme than Creature of the Night. There's going to be in my brain, like a lot of like CGI stuff and like world kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
That's something that's going to happen in the future. But right now, like I actually just filmed some like promo stuff for it. So I have that, like little like clips and stuff, but not like the full video yet.
Yeah, you've been all over taking really cool pictures.
Thanks. I was having fun.
We love a good promo.
So what's the inspiration behind End of Me?
So End of Me was inspired by a couple of friends of mine and like their bad relationships. And then just like basically thinking that somebody was like the one and like this was the end all be all. And then realizing that they're not really who they thought they were. And they just felt like they wasted so much time like with this person. And then realizing that at the end of it, like as rough as it ended, I'm going to be, back better and stronger, and that, everything's a learning experience in life.
So let's talk about your covers. Like there's quite a few that I want to just give you props on. I'll start with the Linkin Park Emptiness Machine. Like you covered that and I've probably watched it like 10 times.
Thank you. That was fun because it's definitely out of my comfort zone. That's not my style of singing. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try it. Life's short. And I just had a lot of fun with it. And like with these covers too, like obviously I pre-record all of them. I think it's funny when people are like, it's live. No, it's pre-recorded because I use these covers as like ways to help my mixing and my engineering because I engineer and produce as well. So like to me, that's just like a way to practice. And then I figure I might as well put them out. But that was really fun. I heard that song and I was like, oh shit, like I want to cover this. I got excited. Plus I love Linkin Park.
I loved your cover of Deadlands Villain or Villain. Is it Villain or Villains?
Villain.
Yeah. Wow. Like that. I like started following them after you had done that cover. I'm like, let me see what they're doing because like that's awesome.
Thank you. No, Deadlands is awesome. So the lead singer of Deadlands is actually the touring vocalist of Nita Strauss. So I knew, sorry, my chair is getting all messed up. So my old bass player played bass for Nita Strauss, and like that's how I was introduced to her, and then her band, and then everything else kind of fell into place. But yeah, that song was insane. Like her screams. Oh my God, I can't scream, so I didn't do that part.
So when you did, you had done a cover that you had duetted. Was that Papa Roach or Disturb, one of them?
Both of them actually. So I did. It's funny. When I first heard the song "Leave a Light On," I was like, "Oh, this is like melodic. I can sing this." So I covered it, and then like a month or so later, Jacoby Shaddix had like a thing. I was like, "Duet me." So I basically just took the video I already did, just duetted it. So I did that, and they actually posted it on their TikTok page, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So that was cool. But I also did that for Disturbed because they had that like contest to be like, who's gonna open for us or whatnot. And I knew it wasn't an actual contest, but I just thought it'd be fun. So I sang that song too.
Well, that's like that's a pretty big deal. I mean, I know like of course I had to go under since I know you. Like I had to go under and read the comments. I mean, that's gotta make you feel great to read those comments under it with people just applauding like how amazing it was.
It's weird because like I don't know. I don't think that way of myself. So when I read that, it's just like, oh,
you're like me?
Oh, yeah. This awkward kid singing in her basement. But yeah, no, it's really cool and it's rewarding, you know. I've been doing this for a while, so it's nice to see people appreciating it and like latching onto it.
So what's a song that's like in the future that you want to cover?
I actually have 2 songs that I am going to release soon. There's a song called Pretend by The Plot in You, I believe. A friend asked me to cover that. And then a Conquer Divide song called Paralyzed. So I did those. So they're pretty cool. And I was trying to do things that were not so like, you know, Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, something a little bit more relatable, I guess, and newer. So, oh, what I did would do Breaking Benjamin, the new song, because I liked it.
Nice. That's awesome. Actually, I was up at the Ritz this weekend and they had the guitar with all their signatures.
What? That's so cool.
Up on the wall. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I was like taking pictures of like every single thing there.
I would do the same.
So who else have you been listening to?
So I've been listening to a lot of like random people. Like I wrote on Threads, I was like, give me new music, and you know, if you're an independent band, like I want to hear your stuff. So I was following a bunch of them, and unfortunately I can't remember everybody's name, but I like went through and I clicked on the link, I saved the songs, and it's in my liked thing, and I listen to them now, and they're really cool. And it's like nice to hear like so many talented people that are not like mainstream, so to speak. So it's nice to like see things outside that world.
Support the underground music scene.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I'm in the underground music scene. I'm in the same boat. So it's like, it's nice to support each other.
Support your peers. And that's what keeps everything alive. And that's just like, that's why I always say it's really important to go to the independent venues, because you can say like, fuck Ticketmaster, fuck this place, like blah, 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 blah. But you got to go out and support the independent bands and the independent music venues to keep everything going. So
yeah, plus you never know where they're going to end up. Like
exactly.
I played at Skeletones in Rapid Falls, I think, or was it Michigan? And the guy there was like, "Oh yeah, Evanescence used to play here."
That's so sick.
I'm not gonna get there, but that's really cool. That I was like in that, you know, they started somewhere too, you know.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah,
I don't know. I've heard you sing quite a few times.
Definitely.
Like, I think you definitely could be there one day.
I'm hoping, but you know what? As long as I am just able to do this at the end of the day, like obviously when you're younger, you're like, this is my dream. Like I want to, you know, sell out arenas. But the older you get, the more like realistic you become. I just want to like perform, and I want people to relate to the music, and I want people to be excited to like come see the shows. And you know, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm dead. So we'll see.
So when is End of Me actually going to be released that everybody can listen to the full song?
On December 6th.
Oh, so you've got everything hitting on the 6th.
Yep. That just happened to happen like that. I was not really planned that well. You know what's funny though? Actually, someone just tagged me literally like a couple minutes ago, tagged me in a video on TikTok using the song. So part of the song is on TikTok already, which I didn't know.
Oh yeah, people grab that quick. If you even put like a teaser, they're grabbing it.
Yeah, because I used the song in a video, but I had it like I didn't like add the sound, and I guess it picked up what it was, and like he clicked on it, and then that's how that happened. But that's cool. But now I can use my song on TikTok because I used to do that before to try to like promote the songs, and TikTok would mute them every single time. But now it's there, so I can just use that. So that's actually very exciting. I'm very happy about that.
I know. Isn't it so fun when like you like discover things on like any of them? Like I've been really trying to like up my like content and like the different things. And the other day I get like a message like you're eligible for monetization. I'm like, really? Like, yeah. Man, I spent like all day today trying to like get it connected. I'm like, man, I was so excited, and like I still have things that I've got.
I know that's the hard part. I gotta. It's so funny. Like the people like, oh, I'm making all this money on like Instagram and TikTok. I'm like, how? Like, it's so funny to me. But yeah.
I think people are selling the clothes. Like I think it is a lot of work, but I think people that like get in the zone with it. I mean, like I have a couple girlfriends that make it out like they're killing it selling clothes. I mean, if they're not, they sure look like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. A lot of it's like sponsors and like product placement and stuff like that.
I did one sponsorship. I did 2 sponsorships, and it's a lot of work. I gotta say, like I did the makeup eyelash, and I was like, oh, I gotta. They want this many posts with the eyelashes, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. And I did one subscription service, and I went out of my way. It was like made like a cinematic masterpiece. Never put so much money and time into a video to the point it equated on the amount I spent on the video to like what I got. So
yeah, I feel like it's a lot of work, and
yeah,
so much other shit that I have to do.
Yeah, that's how I felt
like
about
it's tough being a content creator, like and keeping with the flow every day. Like I gotta give you props because I mean you're holding it down on multiple sites and posting content. Like I mean, I have a hard time. I'll like pick one, I'll go heavy, then I'll jump to the next one, go heavy.
I just try to do a lot of it in like one day. Like I'll do one day and I'll do like a few videos or like random photo ops or something. And I try to, because I work a lot, so it's like hard for me to like find time. And I've been trying to prioritize sleep again because I mean, there was a time there that was sick like every other week because I just was not sleeping and I was totally overdoing it. So I just try to like plan better. So like Friday, for example, I'm gonna have a content day. I don't go out anymore. That's what I do. I just do content shit. So I'm gonna do it again Friday, maybe a little bit Saturday, and then I'll be good for the week. So
yeah, that's smart. It's smart thinking. I used to do that there's like Mondays. I used to do that so that I would have my makeup done by podcasts and stuff. And like, I was like, oh, I gotta do my makeup for podcasts anyway. I'll do like a content day, but like then I keep piling more and more and more stuff up.
Especially when I'm adding so many days to that.
I know when you
gotta edit.
When you're recording music or trying to make an album or put out singles or something like that, so much goes into that. I feel like people forget. Like, especially when you're in a band and then you have to coordinate everybody's schedules. It's like, so it's not just yours. It's like so much.
Are you recording stuff now?
I am super underprepared today. I'm not in my home. I am at my bandmate's house. And so we recorded a single and then prior to podcast, and then we're recording a single after this too.
It's okay.
What?
I said, that's awesome.
Thank you. So it's just like but it's like always trying to like coordinate with other people, especially because everybody lives a different life, and I think people forget like sometimes that like a band is a bunch of people coming together for, you know.
Yep. No, I understand that scheduling practices on their own is hard.
Yes, dude. I had a show last month and we only got to practice like twice, and I was like, oh.
Pretty much going to be us for the 6th. We're going to have like 2 quick practices and then call it a day. But hopefully it'll be okay.
What would you say is your favorite part? The creative process, writing, recording, or performing?
I don't know. They're all different. Honestly, right now I've been really loving recording. Like, I don't know. Like, I like my brain just has been working in a different way, and I just been having so much fun, like adding cool like sounds and like different vibes stuff. Like in the newer songs, I like was adding like all of the impacts and the sound effects and all that shit. Though in ALYXX, the producer who mixed and mastered it added all that, and then I heard it and I was like, oh wait, I want to do that. So then I just went down that fucking rabbit hole. So now I don't know. And then I bought like a bunch of plugins for like strings and orchestra, and I'm just having fun with that.
That's awesome. When I saw you perform at Milk Boy, I was like, what? Voice of an angel. Blown away. And you have like such a good stage performance. Like I don't know, you're just like very powerful on stage. Like I was like
I still look for those pants. Those pants that you wore, like 3D, like spikes. Man, those were the coolest pants.
Thank you. Those are from Doll's Kill.
I had a bunch of people.
They are awesome. Like I've been looking for. They're like discontinued. Like those were the coolest pants. Like you were up there and like you were like They looked like they were actually like spikes all over you. Like the pictures came out so awesome.
Yeah, they did. They looked really good on stage.
Thank you. Yeah, I bought those like 4 or 5 years ago, but I wear them all the time.
So what song that you've written that just has like a special place in your heart?
It's a new song. It's called Emptiness. Didn't come out yet. It's very much like Evanescence. I wrote that song, like, obviously, like I write most of it, and then I have like my drummer and my guitarist put their own flair on everything. But that song, I wrote like every part of it, and it was just like, I don't know, it was very special to me. I was in a really bad place mentally, and I kind of used it as like therapy. But just, I don't know, like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh shit. Like it just, I don't know, it hits something in my soulless heart.
That's good though. That's like, I don't know, that's what music is supposed to do, especially when your own music can do that. I'm like,
and you've got such strong vocals. Like your sound really like hits people. And honestly, like if it got you through it, like I'd like to see how many other people it can help get through it.
Yeah, I feel like this one's going to be a special song because I don't really have any songs like it out. And yeah, it gives me Evanescence vibes because I mean that's who I was influenced by. Can't help it. But yeah, I hope people connect with it. At the end of the day, I just hope people connect with what I'm doing because that's, you know, like you said, music is everything and connection is everything, and that's really what you want at the end of the day, you know.
So you said that you're adding like orchestra and some different like sound effects. Are there any other things that you're looking to explore in the future as far as instruments or even aesthetics?
Yeah. Well, I can really badly bullshit my way through like bass and stuff like that. I play everything on the piano because it just makes my life easier. I do have like guitars and stuff. I just don't really, I don't know. I get like frustrated and I'm like, I can just do it on the keyboard. But I tried to explore screaming, and for some reason my brain does not compute. And like I was going through like Melissa Cross's videos and stuff, and like I can kind of do like some things here and there. Like I was trying to figure out like the grit, like I was doing in the Emptiness cover, like trying to figure out a little more like aggression to my voice. But I think I need to just have like a lesson with Melissa because the way you scream, Jesse.
Yeah, I do. Do you know grindcore?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in a grindcore band.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
It's all harsh vocals. So I would say what I have to say with it is that my family was like a do not raise your voice like family. You have to get through like the threshold of just like um letting yourself do that in a weird way. So I feel like there's a part of your brain that's like, don't make that sound, but you gotta like kind of like open that door and be like, it's okay to make that sound. You know,
You were holding on to that your whole childhood.
I knew I could do growls because I scream cry. And so that's where like when they're like looking for a vocalist, I was like, I know I can do it because when I be crying, it be sounding like crying.
Are you a pretty crier or are you like an ugly crier?
I am such an ugly crier. It is actually unbelievable. I have had people tell me like I've had people tell me being like, you cry in a way that is like like more like a Victorian person like mourning their husband.
Oh my God.
Over like stupid stuff. Like I'm just like very intense crier. I always have been my whole childhood or my whole adult life. So that's how I knew I could do it.
I don't cry. Maybe that's why I can't.
I feel like you gotta like tap into that like emotions. Like I feel like you know,
it's funny. You were saying it's like the part of your brain. There's like it's okay, you can do this. And I know Melissa was saying how it's basically like your vocal folds aren't really, they're not closing, they're just kind of like vibrating. And it's like,
yeah,
I was 6, I've been trained to sing a certain way, and I'm older now. So it's like I'm trying to get that out of my head. So I'll be like walking around and I'll try to like do something or like try to just get like a growl or something out when I'm just like not thinking. And sometimes it works. So it's just a matter of me getting out of my head. So
yeah,
right, we'll see.
It comes from like the same place, like that diaphragm. You just gotta, it's like a different part of it almost.
Yeah, it's a whole other. I can't teach an old dog new tricks. No, I'm just stubborn with that. But that is something I do want to learn how to do. You know, whether or not I incorporate it live, I don't know. But I need to broaden my horizons. I was like the other like couple of months ago, I was like, let's learn my whistle range and see how high I can go. And then I was like, let's learn how to scream. My poor voice is like, what are you doing?
What are you doing to me? Allie was just telling me she went and saw Norma Jean this weekend. And she was like, I saw a band and I knew what it was because they made that like bleh sound. I was like, yes. She was like, I
describe sludge and like different types of music as like them sounding like they were throwing up. And like I never really experienced that until this weekend. Like as soon as I heard the throw up noises, I'm like, oh my God, this is a Jessie band.
This is it.
I love a good sludge band, and I love like I love sludge personally because it's Louisiana based. I love regional metal, so I think that's so cool. But
did you see that apparently somebody like caught or trademarked the bleh? Like they trademarked it. I saw that. I don't know. It was on something on TikTok.
That's wild.
I know. That's I mean, everyone's gonna use it.
The things that can like that's really wild that people are doing this stuff. People try to create market. I'm like, that is ridiculous. But pop off, get your bag, I guess.
Right. I hope it didn't like follow through or they like got rid of it or whatnot. But I read that somewhere. Again, it's on the internet. Could have been a lie, but it was an article, and I don't know. I went down the rabbit hole.
That's like somebody in like
people trademark everything.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I mean, it seems plausible.
One of my
double blah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, like there's so much like nostalgia returning. So like stuff that like went away in the early 2000s. I feel like obviously like Deftones has made a huge comeback. Like not that they ever went away, but I was like, holy shit. Like that is wild. And then all the new metal making like waves, like going full circle. But now I'm also seeing like trends in that went away so aggressively start to come back. Like I'm seeing pig squeals again, and I'm like, I haven't heard one of you in a minute. I was like, I'm so happy about this. This is very nostalgic for me. I was like, like, I'm excited, super excited for this. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff is coming back. Like, you know, Adam Gontier is back in 3 Days Grace. Crossfade came back, Stained. So I feel like who else came back? Creed. So I just feel like everything that, you know, is coming back because we're realizing like that was good. Why did we stop?
Exactly. And I'm just super excited to see all of these bands touring because a lot of them I just missed the cutoff for going to see them. If your parents weren't cool and took you out to these shows, you like I didn't get to see them, and a lot of my friends didn't because I'm 30, so we just like missed the like
cutoff,
yeah, the Creed cutoff. So I'm super excited that I'm like able to go see a lot of these bands now, and I'm like awesome. 10 out of 10. One of my favorite bands just got back together, Acid Bath, and I never they played their last show in 1997, so I'm like, oh
my god,
oh my, I was like, I will give you
I love the bands that have taken off like a decade or more, and they're coming back so refreshed and like ready to bring it back. Like, I mean, Millionaires, like that was so the best part of the whole thing was seeing everybody like dressed up like Melissa. I mean, they all had the bow. They all had like, I mean, even like the little like things that she's had in videos. That's awesome to see that like the Warped Tour and like the We Are Young Fat and like all those bands are kind of resurfacing.
Chiodos is going on tour, and my friends are like, "You want to come?" I'm like, "Fuck it, yeah, I'll go see Chiodos." It's Chiodos and Hawthorne Heights. I'm like, do you know what?
Dude, wait, a funny story about Hawthorne Heights. My friend Ben opened for them like years and years and years ago, and I was with my sister, and I was like, "What does the band look like?" Because you know, you get there early, and I was like looking around. I'm like sitting on this like chair near the merch booth. I'm like scrolling through it, and it turns out they were sitting right next to me.
Oh my god. Of course.
Did you take any selfies that you accidentally caught them in?
No, I was more embarrassed because I think they saw me looking at them on my phone. So I was like, I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. And
I do the same thing.
I did something very similar, but not the same. I went to a wrestling thing, and all these guys were like, this old man came out like barely walking, and it said like Ric Flair, and like all these guys are like, oh, acting like Jesus had like descended from the heavens onto the stage, and like all these like adult men were like, oh my god. And I was like on my phone, like secretly, like under my hood, like, who is Ric Flair? I was like,
I don't even know who Ric Flair is.
I know. That's how uninformed I was. You even know who Ric Flair is.
I know the name, but that's about it.
He's the one that went like, woo!
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be able to pick him up in a lineup, you know, that kind of thing too.
He was like as famous as like Hulk Hogan and stuff back in the day, but it was all these guys like, oh my god, it's the guy from my childhood, and I'm like,
it's like so I was never really into wrestling, and like years and years ago, I sang the national anthem for a wrestling thing with the girl group I was in.
Okay.
And we took a photo with Mick Foley, and I posted it, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's Mick Foley!" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I didn't know that was. And then I did my research and was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. I should have done that when I was there.
Do you know what? That's kind of good though, because you don't get nervous.
Yeah, that's true. That too.
You're like, do you know what? I actually won because I wasn't nervous. So
yeah, I played it so cool. It's like I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, literally. It's so funny.
If I were you, I'd be sending all of the girls, like all the Total Divas and like all the different girls, Creature of the Night, or like one of your like power songs and try to get them to come out to it. I could see that.
That would be cool. I didn't even think of that.
That'd be cool.
And like what I love about that song is like when a lot of songs, when I pick them like for on my story, they like cut off before it like gets through the period of the story. And like it's on to like another part. That's got such a like good range of you going strong that the person could get all the way down the runway and into the ring with a good section of the song.
That's a really good thing. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I definitely say I should just start tagging you.
You should. Awesome.
Start looking up all the divas.
Hell yeah.
Is that show even on anymore? I haven't seen it on for a while.
I honestly don't know.
Jesse, do you know?
I am not entirely sure. I know that
it would be on at weird times, so I kind of like started watching it just because there was nothing else on. And like the Bella twins kind of like interested me a little bit.
I know the women's wrestling that's really big right now is in like NXT. And then there's WWE has like a bunch of like really good women's wrestlers right now. Like I'm gonna get crucified for Rhea Ripley. There we go.
Yeah,
is like everybody's favorite, and Liv Morgan.
Is that the one who looks like Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're killing it. And some of their fights are some of the most brutal one, like the women's match for the like the women's sports have been amazing. Like just in general, the women's wrestling has been amazing. The women's basketball has been amazing. Just women's sports popping the hell off. The women's fight for the Jake Paul versus
don't even get me started. That was so fucked up. That girl literally headbutted her like 4 times, and that ref only called 1 time. 1 point.
But it was significantly more entertaining.
It was like another eye coming out of her eyebrow. Like, what? You didn't see that? There were 2 headbutts in a row. That's the only reason he even called 1. Yeah, that I was in fear. I was screaming at the TV.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a lot of that stuff is predetermined.
Yeah, I agree. It is.
Actually, the whole Logan Paul, like that was all for money. Like no one, and you could see that like Mike Tyson was holding back a lot. But
he looked sad coming out.
But like we saw videos of him training. Like he knows what he's doing. I don't know. I felt like it was staged. I think they're gonna have a rematch or something where it's gonna be even more exciting. Everyone's like, yeah, and then like, you know.
The only reason everybody tuned in is they wanted to see Jake Paul get his ass beat.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the only, and they made a lot of money on that, and that's why I was on Netflix.
Oh my god, when he called out Logan Paul, like, did you see Logan's face? He's like, oh no.
Yeah, I think they got each like $20 million or something stupid like that.
Something ridiculously, like a ridiculous amount of money. And they, you know, my man.
I was hoping he would come with an uppercut or just.
Yeah, there was moments where he could have, and he didn't. So I was like, I think he did that.
Yeah.
Well, everybody kept going on about him biting his gloves, and he does that to hold his hands up, like to keep his hands steady, because like his hands get tired. I mean, we all know from taking live video or a video for a long time, your hands get tired holding it like up like that. Could you imagine with those boxing gloves like that? That was a lot for him. Like he kept biting.
I used to train in Muay Thai, MMA, Kali. So like I've sparred with gloves, and like, yeah, I mean, this gets annoying after a while. But there were some parts where like he was right open. He just needed one and he would have knocked him the fuck out. But
yeah,
whatever. Nothing's real anymore.
I took one boxing class, and it was a lot, like punching that bag. And then maybe like about 3 years ago, prior to me taking the boxing class, my ex-husband was a boxer, so he'd like teach me how to like do the whole thing. And then I wanted to have a women's fight club in my garage, so me and one of my friends bought MMA gloves. And we were like, and then it got too complicated. Like it was never fully realized, because we were all like, we're going to have a women's fight club in Jesse's garage. And everybody was like, yes, a women's fight club in Jesse's garage. And then it started getting like complicated because my friends.
Did you ever have a fight?
No, because as soon as we were like, all right, women's fight club, like we're in it to win it.
You all just stood around with gloves?
No, they were like, my friend Lisa was like, I'm 3 times bigger than Jessie. I'm going to annihilate her. And they were like, we need weight classes. I was like, do we need weight classes? And they were like, yes, we're going to annihilate you.
There's no weight class
really quick and like
yeah. There's no weight classes in real life. I was like, I'm like, I got the speed. I'm a speedy.
But can you even like close your hands with your nails?
I can't. No, I would have to get my nails.
Wait, this was something funny. I was at work and I was cutting open a box, and sometimes when it gets to a certain point, I just punch it through because I'm like, fuck it. Forgot I had nails on. So I just instinctively made a full fist and punched it, and was like, I was like indented in my hand for so long. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
I forgot about that. Because when I was training, like I didn't have nails for years. Yeah. And then now I literally glued these on because I was doing something earlier. But yeah, I mean, they're from Kiss. I just glue them on. I take them off the end because I like to put a punch.
Really good.
Those do not, I can't even keep them on to get out of the house. Like literally like any of those. I've even bought like really like expensive glue trying to get it on, and I went over it with the like coating to make it like a real nail. Like, I don't know, unless they're really, really strong, they're definitely being broken.
They're pretty, I don't know, I can even say with the light so filtered, but
they're great.
These are really cool. They're like the natural ones, and then I just like buff out my actual nail, and then I put the glue on my nail, and then I put the glue on here, and of course I like messed up, so it's kind of like bleeding through above here. I don't fucking care. It was in a video. My hands were moving fast. You couldn't see it.
I love the Kiss press-on nails because they don't bend like the other brands.
Yeah.
I just go to the nail salon because I am a habitual person.
Like, I don't even know how you like live life with those nails.
I don't know how I live life either.
I don't know how do you do your makeup and eyelashes? I mean, I had one year I was like, I'm gonna get my nails pointy for Halloween, and they looked really cute. Man, I was like poking myself in the eye. Like I like had scratches.
I get used to it. I've gotten so used to it. So like the main things that are hard to do are opening cans. So what you do is you take 2 fingers, and then you take like 2 fingers, and then you got to pull them up like that.
I just hold my finger like this, hope for the best, and open it.
Yeah.
And when it falls off, I have glue.
I push on the back of the tab, it comes up, and I just
that too.
Yeah.
Also necklaces, like I couldn't.
Oh, you can't do those for shit. You gotta like that's hard. You have to have assistance with some things.
What about your jeans if you really have to pee?
Your jeans?
Yeah, like undoing your jeans.
The only thing that is like my biggest thing that I can't do is that I have leather pants, and they have their buttons all the way up. I love pants that are like that don't have zippers. I like when they button all the way up, like high rise, like just like button pants. And I have like a leather pair of pants that's like the zigzag, and then
you can't drink a lot when you're wearing them.
I have to get like somebody else to be like, can you please help me? I need help at the venue, being like, can you help button my pants?
This is why I wear leggings and sweatpants.
Yes. Yeah, that is the key. I do wear a lot of leggings, and yeah, there's just like certain things that I'm like, absolutely not. Like sometimes tights are an absolutely not. Like thigh highs, anything you can put a hole through easily. Those are like to watch out for them. But
I'm like really in love with those. Like they look like skin underneath, but they're like fishnet over top. But they're like warm. They're called like invisible tights or something.
Yeah, and they're like fleece, aren't they, for winter?
Yeah, I don't know. I wore them the other day, and I was legit comfortable all night.
Yeah,
buy those.
I mean, at one point, I was even a little heated, and I was outside, and I felt really bad because there was this guy like standing outside with the door, and he was like dressed up really nice, but it was a really cold night, and I'm like standing outside, like, man, I'm nice and warm in these in visible tights, and this poor man's like standing here in a suit jacket, like freezing his ass off at the door.
I know. It's us chronically cold bitches. I'm always chronically cold.
Same. And also that stubborn ass that won't wear a jacket because it doesn't match my outfit.
Match your outfit? I do that kind of shit.
Like, fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah, I get it. I've been there.
I have like special jackets that like, because I have a thing with, if I'm wearing a short outfit, I need the jacket to like fall in a certain place. So I literally have jackets that are just like a big furry ball that I can just kind of put over the whole thing if it goes there.
Nice. I need that.
Yeah, and you stay really warm. You go in, like it can kind of be like tossed over. Like I took it to the show this weekend. I kind of was just like tossing it over the chair as I sat down.
Nice. That works.
It worked. Kept me nice and warm. So, what song would you say that you secretly love that people would never know?
What is it? Tate McRae. It's okay, I'm okay. I love Tate McRae in general because I grew up. I used to be a dancer, and like I knew who she was because she was a dancer, and I just been following her career, and I love all of her songs are so catchy, and the dances are so much fun. So definitely Tate McRae fan.
So we kind of went through all of your like info last time. So I wanted to kind of have some fun tonight and ask you some questions to kind of get to know you better.
Okay.
So first I wanted to ask you, what's the first concert that you ever went to?
I went to Project Revolution in 2004. It was Less Than Jake, The Used, Snoop Dogg, Korn, and Linkin Park.
Wow.
That's a great first.
Yeah, that is, yeah, I was literally just trying to remember what that festival was called the other day.
Okay. Like yeah, my dad took me and my sister.
That's fun.
Really?
And who are you most excited about seeing at that? Because I mean,
Linkin Park.
They put on a great show.
Yeah,
I remember seeing them. I want to say
in 2000. I literally looked it up. It was 2000 Project Revolution, 2007, Linkin Park, My Chemical Romance, Taking Back Sunday, Him, Placebo.
Yeah.
You know what? I was there.
I was
actually at that one. I have pictures somewhere in an album. That was such a great show.
I was like, I keep getting like flashbacks to like people will mention bands. They'll be like Placebo, and I'm like, I saw them in 2007, baby. I remember it.
That's kind of great though, and like especially when they were on. Their song was on "Cruel Intentions," wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I think so.
So, what's one thing you can't leave the house without?
My phone. That or having my eyebrows done.
Two things that I can't leave the house either. What would you say is the most adventurous thing that you've ever done?
I jumped off the jumping bridge in Martha's Vineyard. They filmed Jaws there, so I essentially jumped off the bridge.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Were you super scared, or did you just go for it?
I've done it a bunch of times. One time I got thrown back into the bridge because of a current, and I destroyed my leg. It was all scratched up and shit because the wooden post. But other than that, it was fun.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're okay now.
Oh, yeah, this was a long time ago.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
I have no idea. Do you have any ideas?
My first thought was like somebody hot. That was my first thought. Like definitely somebody hot.
I have no idea. I never thought about that.
Maybe like a Sabrina Carpenter, or like someone with that vocal. Because I mean, if it's about your life, they have to be able to sing. They have to like
sing. They'd have to be able to sing, man.
Sabrina Carpenter would be cool. I don't think I like anything like her, but I like her, so let's say Sabrina.
No, but I mean, I could even see like Gaga. Like, I mean, once they have your like hair and your outfit and like the whole thing done, I mean, you change your look. So, I mean, I love your Get Ready With Me videos. Like,
thank you.
I could literally watch them every day.
I want the Hispanic girl from Euphoria to play me. I feel like she should capture me.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who, like, I can't even think of anybody with your range.
I mean, there's definitely people I think who can sing. I just don't know.
Ariana Grande?
Maybe. I mean, she's a phenomenal actress, so I'm sure she could pick up on my.
It would have to be someone with a powerhouse voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that, Ariana Grande or Demi Lovato or something.
People
Demi Lovato would be a great one,
and she can act.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I vote for Demi.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You remember when she sang for the Ghosts in the Ghost Hunters episode? She went on Ghost Hunters and she sang for the Ghosts. It was like an iconic moment.
Amazing. I need to look that up.
It's really good.
I love her whole vibe. Like, she always just brings it.
And her voice is absolutely
very like girl power. Like,
I love that she loves like Demi Bourgier and like all these bands, and she was like super into like metal, and like I also love Coot Lovato. I feel like she's got a good sense of humor too. So
yeah, we'll vote Demi Lovato.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite holiday or time of year?
Christmas. Jesus Christ. Halloween. Of course. All year in my house, at least. I have like this whole like creepy pictures all over my house. So
I love that.
Now, do you keep them through and like kind of make them into like Christmassy?
No.
Because I get little like Christmas hats for all my like skeleton creatures.
I get Christmas hats on the sex for me. I do that, and then I'm like, look at Santa's reindeer.
I just figure out the 12-foot skeleton. I've got to try to figure out how to get him like Christmas.
Put a hat on him and give him a hat. Like Santa's.
The problem is it's really windy where I'm at, so I would have to somehow like get it down. I was thinking about Velcro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge head. I mean, like when I was looking at it in Home Depot, it didn't look
that big.
But like next to my house and like right there, like it is that big.
You should just super glue it.
I was thinking about it. I just didn't want it to like mess up the skeleton head, like when I want to take it off.
Yeah,
but I guess it's
acetone to take off. I think acetone helps take off glue.
I'm thinking about it. I wanted to dress them up for like Thanksgiving and like all the different things.
Make them like turkey.
I was thinking about it, but like, how stupid if I did like a whole cardboard turkey? Like, my neighbors would think I'm nuts.
They need to be selling hats for them things because they're not. Once you put them up, they're not coming down.
They do. Yeah. Wait, they do have outfits that you can buy for it, but they're super expensive. I mean, like,
I love that
they really justify that.
No, they did think about that. That once they're coming up, they're not coming down.
Just gotta make them festive all year round.
So, what's an item on your bucket list that you're dying to cross off?
Honestly, I just want to have like a full US tour. I would love to do that. I want to go to every state. I mean, Alaska and Hawaii might be a little bit difficult with the tour, but yeah, I want
to. Is beautiful, and I would hope that you play there because
I don't know what the rock and metal scene is like there, but I want to travel. I want to go to all these states. You know, I've been connecting with a bunch of people all over the country, and like, I want to go see them and I want to play shows for them. So hopefully one day.
Yeah.
Is there any venues in particular that you're trying to play at?
Well, unrealistically, I want to play at Red Rocks because that place is just so fucking cool. But But I mean, like Falling in Reverse plays there, so I can't foresee that in my near future. But one day that, and just being a New York girl, MSG would be Madison Square Garden or like Barclays or something. That would be like insane.
Who would you open for if you could have your dream at Madison Square Garden? Who would you open for?
Evanescence.
Oh, I could totally see that.
Yes.
That would die.
What's a random fact about you that most people don't know?
Oh, I think I'm pretty open with most things. What's a random fact? Wow. I mean, I guess maybe the fact that I was in a girl group. Most people don't know that. So I thought that was kind of funny.
What was it called?
Retro Glam.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's still
what kind of music was it?
It was like pop-ish. You could still see it on like Spotify and stuff, but it was an interesting point in my life.
That's like cool though. Like I loved like girl groups, and I love Destiny's Child, and I love boy bands. Like I was heavy into boy bands. I like NSYNC. Yes. Like I wish that there were more like locally, like we have a lot of like K-pop girl groups, a lot of like K-pop groups, like women, and I love that like a lot of my friends get to enjoy that, but I wish there was like I don't know, an NSYNC or something we had over here, you know.
Like with like Stray Kids and BTS and stuff.
Yeah. Like to see that happen over here again would be cool. Like an American boy band, because it's been a long time.
You know what girl band I used to love? That the Pussycat Dolls, like put them together. That Girlicious.
Oh yeah, but like
I used to jam out to them.
Wait, do you mean the Pussycat Dolls? Those ones?
No, the Pussycat Dolls, like they made like a group. And they were called Girlicious.
Huh. I'm gonna have to
just have like girly songs.
The last one I remember is the one that Camila Cabello came out of, and what was it?
Germany.
Yeah.
There's also Little Mix, but they're from the UK. But they're great too.
Yeah. And I like
a girl band.
I love a girl group, and like I would like to see a comeback for that in pop music. We have a lot of solo artists, and I like solo artists in general, but I just think it would be cool. Like we have, we have our Sabrina Carpenters, we have our Taylor Swifts, we have our, whatever.
Do you think you would ever do like a reunion?
No.
Where you guys would get up and like just do a couple songs?
Did you have to dance?
We did dance, yeah. Everyone went off and did like their own thing, So, like one of the girls is a teacher, one of them went back to acting, one's a choreographer and just started a family. Another one like moved to Chicago. So it's like everyone kind of did like their own thing. I think only one of them is actually like doing music still, but I mean, it was a cool experience. I definitely made a lot of connections. I made a lot of I made friends, and I also like learned how to produce. That's how I started producing and engineering sessions. I learned through that. So it's like, I'm so grateful of that opportunity and the things that happened, but I don't think I would go back to that.
Now, do you still talk to quite a few of them? Like, what do they think of like where you've?
So not really. There's only there's two of them we still follow each other on Instagram. The other one, like, I don't know if you know if she's still on Instagram. She like deleted her account and then just like a space. Like she's a teacher, so she kind of like started doing other things. But the producer that we worked with, I still talk to him. So, and I bug him every now and then when I have a stupid question about something.
I love bothering people that know more than me in certain fields about stupid questions.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I love being like 2 a.m. being like, hey, there's this issue that's very niche and you know the answer to. So, and I'm like, oh, sorry for being annoying. And they're like, you're not. And I'm like, I know I am.
I did that the other day. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was doing something on Photoshop. I texted my friend. I was like, I need help
right now.
Yeah, and he did. It was nice.
I love.
Oh my god! I was taking pictures the other day, and literally, I could not figure out how to get them to like the display that you see like before you take the picture.
Yeah.
Like I could not get the display to work, so literally I had to hold it up like every single time, and I'm like, can anybody help me? But of course nobody had the same kind of camera that I have, so I was on my own. I'm like trying to Google it. I'm like, yeah.
I was gonna say I would be on Google and been like, what do I do?
I love that some videos that you watch are so like they're so helpful. Then other videos, it's like, what are you talking about? Like what I'm looking at looks nothing like what you're talking about.
I love like the niche things. Like for example, when I first moved into my apartment, the toilet handle broke like the first day I was there. And I was like, fuck. So I went to Ace and like I bought 2 handles, and I watched a video by some very nice old man who had like no followers, no views, step by step, and he helped me. So I'm like, thanks, dude. Like you never know.
Really helpful. He probably changed a lot.
Yeah, he did. And he has no idea that he helped me. But it's just funny. It's like those niche things. It's like you make that video and you're like, who the fuck is this video for? And it's like, oh, for people like me who are like, you know, screwed up.
I don't like the ones that like are doing it for content though, because I feel like they make me feel like an idiot. They go too fast. Like you got to give me a second, like to find what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like treat me like I'd have no idea what we're talking about.
What's a fashion trend that you're into right now?
I don't really follow fashion trends. I feel like I look the same all the time. I just wear like big baggy shirts and like leggings. That's kind of my trend. But I've been really into like big chunky boots again. So I've been wearing a lot of those.
They're making a comeback.
Yeah. I feel like a lot, again, things that were cool, you know, back in the 90s, early 2000s are coming back.
I feel like a lot of this stuff was not cool when I was younger, and I rocked it. I mean, like the Doc Martens. Like I remember, like I got a pair like early on because I watched My So-Called Life, and I was obsessed with her and wanted red hair and wanted to be just like Claire Danes, like to a T. And she wore the boots with like the flannel like dresses.
Yeah.
So I had to rock these boots. I showed up to school. I thought I looked really cool. I was in like a whole a camo outfit with bright yellow leggings and these boots. And I just remember everyone was like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on right now?
How dare you have like your own opinion on fashion?
I remember one mean kid was like, you look like Amanda Bumblebee. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
No, I remember I wore a leather jacket in like junior year of high school, and everyone's like, what are you wearing a leather jacket for? And I was like, y'all need to walk outside a little bit more. And then, yeah, I wore that and like these big chunky Van sneakers. And I got to a point, I was like, oh, I'm just going to wear what I think looks cool. And this one girl who criticized me for wearing the leather jacket bought the same fucking one for Christmas. Got the same one for Christmas. Wore it all the time. And I was like, okay.
You're like,
Have you added to your ALYXX jacket?
No, that's pretty much. I don't think I have a lot of room left. That's the problem. I need to make a new one.
That jacket is awesome.
Thank you.
Jesse, did you see it?
What? Yeah, I did. I remember.
I love it. Like I want to do a jacket like that with a Pretty Little Podcast logo. And every time I go to do it, I'm like, wow, like this is a lot of spikes. Like it doesn't seem like I can't just like get the spikes through. Like they make it look really easy.
I had to use like a lot of tools and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I started doing it without tools and I was like, my hands are going to fall off.
Yeah.
It was like a thing where I was like, I can only dedicate like a half hour a day to this because, again, A, I have a short attention span. B, I'm not very artsy, crafty, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I struggled a lot with it. So I was like, let me just do a little bit here and there and I'll come back to it. So that took me like a really long time to make that jacket when like the average person would probably take them like a week. It took me like a month.
Yeah, but that makes it so much like it mean more to like when I take a really long time, because usually like I'm pretty quick when I'm doing something. I mean, especially with my son, he doesn't give me much time to like focus on other things. So when I do, like when it something takes me like a period of time, like I don't know, I feel like I can wear it more than I would wear it like something else because it was like custom and
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's like more personal. You know, put your own time.
but yours is pretty incredible. What quote or motto do you try to live by?
What was it? Oh, now I can't think. Well, two things. Well, one, I do have Viva es l'autre vie, just tattooed on my arm. It means live your life in French. And there's a quote that my grandfather said, and I'm totally gonna butcher it, but he said something about like he said live your life, which is how that came about. He said, make every moment count. He goes, don't be irresponsible, but make every moment count because you never know what can happen. So, which was very philosophical for my grandfather, who wasn't the most philosophical, I think. Like, every now and then he would have like this very like philosophical moment. And you're like, oh,
Crazy how some things just stick with you. Like
yeah.
I know my aunt like had said something to me just in passing, and like years later, I'm like thinking about it when someone says something that like applies to that, and I'm like, okay.
Like that works. But yeah.
And it was like something simple, like in order to get change, you have to make change. But like when someone's like talking about like how they like wish something would change, like I always think of her saying that.
It's funny how things just like trigger memories from the past.
So since we're getting close on time, I do want to get into the show on the 6th.
Yeah.
And how does it feel to be playing that show? That's like a pretty big deal.
I'm very excited. I played with Paralandra too. I opened for them in Dingbats at Dingbats a while ago. We both work with Chris Bianchi from what is it, CB Entertainment. So that's pretty cool. So we had that connection, and yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. First of all, I've never been to this venue, so I'm excited for that. This is the last show of the year, so it's even more like y'all need to come out because this is the last one I have for a hot second. Um, but yeah, and for Scotty Austin, like that's gonna be so cool. Like I was a huge fan of Saving Abel, so I'm excited to like hear his solo stuff. And I don't know if he's gonna play anything from Saving Abel, but that'd be really cool.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah, he's coming on next week or the week after. So we're definitely gonna ask him all about like everything that he plans on doing.
That's exciting. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the whole vibe. I mean, I know that a lot of people are like kind of that's like their last show that they're kind of like going to for the year also. So I've had a lot of people hit me up.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I keep sharing that link. I'm like, everyone buy tickets from here. Go,
And
go.
it's a huge venue.
Yeah, I looked it up and I was like, damn. So
It's like a really cool big venue. They have like I think they have MMA there during the week.
that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean like it's huge. It's set up I mean like last time we were there sound was great. Like everything was legit about it. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
I'm so ready to get into all of my ugly Christmas sweaters and just Christmas gear and just party it up because we've only got a couple shows left.
Yeah, and then, like you said, I think everything after that, it's just all, like, holiday, Christmas/Krampus mode for the rest of the year, and then New Year's, and then I have, I'm working on it well, I have the EPs done. I'm figuring out when I'm gonna release it, and then gonna do the cover art and all the other shit for that, so it's like, after this show, I'm gonna, like, allow myself to just chill for, like, a week or so, and then start planning for next year.
I feel like this was a year that like a lot of artists like really grew. Like everybody put like a ton out the year before, and like other years this was like the year to grow. Like I've watched so many artists that I love just really step out of their comfort zone. Like even with a lot of the songs that you did, like I knew that they weren't what you usually sang, but you really gave them, first of all, your signature sound and kind of drew everybody in. So I can't wait to see next year where everything goes and just everything that you come up with.
Thank you. I'm very excited for you guys to hear the EP too. So you've already heard some of the songs because they're the ones that are already out. But yeah, there's some new songs on there that are really cool. Some are really heavy and some are just, I don't know. I'm excited. Again, it's nerve-wracking putting out music that you put, like I put so much of me into everything that I do. But it's awesome when, you know, it's well received and, you know, you connected that, and it's really cool. So I appreciate it.
And I bet with each of the covers that you do, like I'm sure when they post it on their pages, like you're also pulling those fans over.
Yeah, and it's yeah, that's another thing too. Like I did, what is it, Finally Free by Stitched Up Heart, and Mixie posted it, and she put on her Stitched Up Heart page. It's like I love her. I met her at Blue Ridge Rock Fest like a couple years ago, and yeah, it was just really cool. And like it's nice. Another thing with doing covers is like you said, you were introduced to Deadlands because of the cover I did, and I have people who were introduced to me because I covered Deadlands. Mm-hmm. So it's that kind of like intertwined, and that's another thing why I do covers is because, you know, original music can only go so far. You know, if you can do a cover and if they repost it, that's amazing. If not, people could just see it on their page because they follow the bands, the hashtags or whatever, and it just allows you to be introduced to a wider audience. You know,
and even your pictures. I mean, you take some of the coolest pictures. I mean, even posting on the story, like I just grabbed some of the pictures that I liked off of it, like for your flyers. But I mean, I've had so many people reach out to me like, oh, like that's so cool. She's awesome. Like I love her whole look. I'm like, what?
It's funny. The picture you put for the flyer, the Satanic Temple reposted my to their page. I'm on their Instagram now. I was like, oh shit, that's so cool.
That is a badass picture.
And the funny thing was, it wasn't even meant to be a picture. I was just sitting there, and my boyfriend just kept taking pictures, and I was just like fixing my hair, and I was like, this looks kind of cool. I posted that.
Thank you, boyfriend.
Personal photographer.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it, and I don't know what's off to the side of you, but it kind of looks like it's a Christmas tree, so it totally works.
No, it's so that actually one of my backdrops thing, and then it's just like the rain stuff, and that's a mirror we're just reflecting off of it. Because this used to be my dance studio before it became a studio. Yeah, like literally there's all mirrors along this wall.
Really cool.
Yeah. The only thing is I have tile on the floor. I used to have like this like not Marley, but it was like dancer floor that I could use. I don't have that anymore now. It's just tile. So when I dance on it, it sucks when I do like floor work because I'm on the tile. But yeah, no, I still dance. So
it's awesome.
It's just my space.
It's a full package.
Well, I can't wait to see everything. I mean, like, I just love your TikToks and everything that you post. So I can't even wait. I can't wait to hear all of the songs that you do covers of, because I go over and then I check out those bands, all your originals, everything. And I know, Jessie, she's got to get to recording. So
I think I hear them.
Yeah, they are downstairs killing it right now.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. See you on the 6th. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
She's such a beautiful soul.
I know. She has so much.
I just love her. Like, I don't even think that she when she says that like about her music, that she doesn't look at herself like that. Like, she is such a powerhouse. And like, Like, I'm telling you, you've got to hear her Emptiness Machine cover. Like, best cover. Best cover. But I will let you go. I hope everything goes great with your recording.
Another good week. And I want to thank all of our listeners. And just awesome. Thanks for showing up. Like, comment, subscribe, follow ALYXX, come see your show. And thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.